Ladies and gentlemen, here we are with From the Depth again. So there has been a little fix of the alpha update, and not to make my video yesterday completely irrelevant, I feel like we need to cover some stuff. And look at these railguns barrels. We kind of have this smart little command thing that drops news in our From the Depth chat in the GMODISM Discord, which you should join, by the way, a link in description. Alpha build live. Fixed railgun barrels not working, so we can finally understand how they're working. Recoil absorbers now have 5% capacity buff instead of 2.5%. Fix illegal mantlet connections, and apparently one of ours, John McFist, is responsible for letting them know about that little fun hack. But anyways, rigging deformation now works with breadboard. UI fixes. Pole blocks have their old HP cost volumes and no longer provide any angle bonuses versus armor piercing shell. Did you hear that? The poles are back in action. Almost. I wonder if they still have air gaps. We need to test that. And this time also the Polish flag is the right way up. Anyways, so as you can see here, Poles have a health of 942 here. Look at the stone. Instead of 600 they have before this little fix. So this is like the old stats. Yeah, kind of makes sense. But now they apparently have no angle bonus at all. So I wonder if they will be counting as a built-in air gap or not. This is something we'll have to test. Right, but I wanna check out the railgun barrels and stuff. So I think we should build a little railgun thing here, and possibly, I don't know, man. Maybe we should just get our weapons lab thing. Yes, if you want to get my weapons lab, big thanks for yeah, it's a supporter thing. All my game files, a lot like the platform and most stuff is just on Steam Workshop, but prefabs and sub objects you can't share on the workshop, so that's why I made them into supporter stuff. So I will just say big thanks to all of the supporters of the channel, which are on screen right now. And show you a nice background here. Here we can see. Thanks a lot. Yeah, so I haven't played around with this at all. We are just testing, as you know. So I want to see, will they work? Oh, look at that. Look at that. Do they have some okay, now they don't have 0 as muscle velocity change and stuff like that. I kind of wonder though, will they fire? Let's choose the hollow variant. Your connector, right? If I add another one, right? Okay. Are they as expensive still? 2,000, yeah, 2,400. Huh. It kind of looks like it, like you can fire. Oh no. You can kind of, can I have them, can I rotate them and stuff as well? No, I can't. Okay, they have to be this direction, but it looks like it's absolutely fine firing gunpowder through this. Yeah, these have the same stats here. Yeah, so maybe we should like increase this to and just allow to fire when partially charged, so we don't have to wait for it. Max that out. All right. So now we have a pretty fast little speed here, including from rail, which is interesting. So I kind of wonder if gunpowder still like fires them. Oh crap, this is pretty fast. Anyways, will we fire? I'm just comparing them. Like this is the empirical method. We just put them heads to head and see which is faster. Yeah. This is the same, right? It's a negligible difference. Anyways, what is the all right, capacity? Oh, yeah, okay. This has much higher capacity right now. But it's nice to see that I don't have any hidden magnet inside of here, do I? Okay, so the new railgun barrels, they're gonna work without the magnet parts. So yeah, and the railgun barrel magnets cost 420p. Someone told me this in the comments. I don't remember your name right now. I'm sorry. But it's 420 per piece. And it is, you know, with this, so it's 470. What's 470 times 4? It's 1600 something more. It's almost, you know, this is pretty comparable in cost. Now, I can't be bothered to calculate the exact material difference because this is an alpha, and we can do that when this drops in stable, so we have the full values. But actually, if you don't have to use railgun magnets and barrels, and you can just instead have this barrel thing instead, it's actually pretty good, you know? It's actually pretty good. I do want to see, however, if we like provide 1 energy max like this. Yeah, okay. Well, nice. Isn't that beautiful? So, apparently, this type of railgun barrel works absolutely fine with gunpowder as well. So you don't have to, like in this current version, you don't have to use regular barrels if you want to fire gunpowder. You can just opt for railgun barrel variant instead. It makes the barrels on railguns a lot more expensive though. It's like health 3,200. What's the regular barrel? 3,200. Okay, so the heavy barrel has 4,000. Yeah. Armor 35, armor 50, railgun armor 35. Got it. So the railgun barrels are pretty much more weak than the heavy barrels. Which makes me wonder, can we just smack a couple of heavy barrels on top of this? Yeah. This makes no fucking sense, man. Okay, it looks like we're gonna shoot ourselves. But that's beautiful. So that's absolutely fine. We can just put heavy barrels in front of the railgun barrel parts and it's gonna work absolutely awesome. Isn't that fantastic? Great. Great. I don't know, man. I kind of want the railgun barrels to only be usable for, like, yeah, railguns. I don't want the railgun barrels to be used for, but that's whatever. That's whatever. Stop caring about nitpicky details. Actually, I will never stop caring about nitpicky details, but thanks for suggesting it. Anyways. Right, so we need to check that air gap thing. This is hash. Yeah, let's do it with hash. We are going to thus get us some poles. I think we should get a couple of poles here. Do we have any Polish people in the chat? Please announce yourselves. Are you happy that the Poles are now buffed again? Not being weak like they were the last alpha update? I'm very happy. That means that Poles used in my turret heads won't suck very much. But We'll have to see. Is this an air gap or is it not an air gap? Because, yeah. And to compare this with, we should just add... So they have the same health as, like... What is it? Yeah, they have the same health and stuff like poles have, so... that they had before, but in the previous, what we looked at yesterday, they basically had the same as a metal wedge. But now they should have no angle bonus, right? So I wonder how this is like gonna pan out. Let's reload all. Did we assign the right shell? We did. Okay. Well, that I kind of... Oh crap. Oh crap. Are you kidding me? Is this a bad joke? Are they not having built-in air gaps anymore? No! They fucking don't. Are you kidding me? So poles won't protect my turrets after all. Hey, this makes me very upset. Well, okay, let's do like this. We can fire them from like a slight angle or whatever. Possibly. Oh, okay. Nope. 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 Okay, that's a bummer. They spawn right there. It's like they had no air gap. Like no built-in air gap. What the hell? It almost makes the update worse than before. No, here it spawned. Look at that. Why did it spawn here? What's up with this? This is so weird. I wonder, like, how likely is it? So this time it protected it. So maybe it just hit it dead on first time. Okay. So poles can protect you from shells if they come in the right angle. I wonder whatever... Do they like have a reasonable hitbox? Look, the smoke is unrendered by our flying deco thing. Am I even controlling the right vehicle? I think I'm not. Interesting. Yeah, so if we just repair this thing here and just fire regularly, we hit dead on like this. We hit really dead on. And okay, so it seems to be a part of chance. Who knows? That's probably because they added inaccuracy. Right, so just to test this a little bit more reasonably, maybe we should go to the APS and like give it a 0. Can we like have lower values? What the hell? No? Are you kidding me? Right, so we'll have 1 degree and hope it doesn't shoot completely off the rails. I think it can take 1 degree azimuth angle. Right. Alright, so this should theoretically make us more likely to not hit dead on. Yeah, okay, beautiful. Poles are useful-ish. They at least have higher health point, but they have no angle bonus. So it's just a really compact way to have an air gap, basically. Or an unreliable air gap. So they're still a lot worse than they were before. But I mean, yeah, they did protect the armor a lot better here than this, because then they would dead into this. If this was a, you know, used as an air gap. Now we have a real air gap within that. But whatever. So, Bort in the YouTube comments had this really cute idea about using the railgun barrels for the fantastic way of having a diff gun with like a rail burst diff gun that you don't have to sacrifice a ammo input for, which is an absolutely legendary thing we can do. That's great. And since you did mention that already, I guess we'll have to try that out already. And if you don't know what a diff like burst thing is. I'll try to find my... Where the hell did I put this? I have this somewhere. I have a diff burst thing. There it is, right? Delta Corp Type 6. 500mm rail burst. This is not a diff gun though. Yeah, right. This is not a diff gun. It's an actual gun. But it still has very sad reload speeds. But it's pretty cool. I'm just going to remove these guys. And there you go. Beautiful. We can go back to full speed as well. That would be a-okay. Right. Let's get something beefier. This is right now loaded with... What the hell do we... Oh, it has onboard ammo because I was being lazy. Well, isn't that great? Hollow point explosive. Why did I choose that? I guess I had some good reason. But anyways, this thing fires a neat little burst using Railgun. It like nukes 76k damage like this. It kind of takes ages to reload then, which is a bit sad. But it fires 6 shots like that, and you know, it's pretty cool. It's a pretty cool system. And it, of course, uses a tiny weeny little railgun system. So we can basically do these types of setups, but with diff guns instead, which is pretty cool. So I'm thinking, let's do that. You know what? We can just recycle this thing. We can just remove stuff if I'm building on it. Beautiful. Delete untethered. Right, so this will make it a lot faster to actually provide a gun. But basically what we can do is this crazy little rail diff gun thing. I don't know where we're gonna have our parts. Please no color. So before, if you would wanted to do this as a diff gun, you would have to sacrifice one input. It's like my max penetration gun. Let me show you that. The Arquebalista Indominitus, it's not, it is called, it's under diff gun, and it is called as AOG Lancea Dominus, rail assisted max penetration railgun thing. This beast shoots through basically anything, and it has a little sad thing, and that is that in this system here, they are diff inputs, you know, to this. So we had to sacrifice one input for the rail magnet, you see, which is very sad. But obviously it can shoot through basically anything. This shell is extreme. I think it's still the most penetration possible shell you can make. Like you can't make, like you physically cannot make an APS cannon that penetrates deeper than this thing. It's pretty extreme. And I have its own video about this basically. But the cool thing then is we could basically remake this system, but with an extra shot now, thanks to the railgun barrels. So let us just build something really simple, cheap railgun barrel. Let's have like a single railgun barrel and see what kind of capacity we can get with that. And I'm just gonna do some snakes here. Some evil snakes. Like this. When making Tetris like this, there is kind of a challenge of having as few coolers as possible because they cost 50 materials and we don't need cooling when we are doing a rail launch only system. Yes. By the way, this thing needs to be a lowrider. Oh yes, I'm gonna fit this in a tight space. I can fit this in a tight space. Okay, can't do better than this for this type of space, but... And like the railgun charger cost 500 materials, that's so expensive, so we're only gonna have one of them. Like, we really wanna make sure we are not too expensive. The reason why we have this, why we have a diff input here, is because we want to fire 10-meter rods. So I wonder what the capacity is anyways of one of these. It is railgun capacity 7,000. Very nice. One of these barrels is thus exactly as a magnet. We typically want to launch chemical shells with this, so let us set up red as a chemical shell. Should we perhaps have it as a... Is it gonna penetrate anything? I don't really know. Let's try that out. It's so large it should penetrate something. So we have an armor piercing, and then we have secondary shaped charge. Then we're gonna have high explosives all the way, and maybe that will do it. So assign this shell to everything, and there we have it. All right, I'll need to bring in my Texas instrument. What do we have? In total we have 5 shots, right? Will they be able to fire all at once? I kind of think they won't be able to, but I'm not sure. But it's 5 shots in total, so 1,400. That I should have been able to calculate in my head. Anyways, so the rail charge we can use per shot is 1,400, and then it should be exactly what we need. Yeah, beautiful. And if we just take this thing and click on fire, oh yeah, we can shoot them all in sequence. Isn't that very cute? And now it will take 760 seconds. How much is 760 seconds? Is that like, that's more than 10 minutes, right? It's not 15 minutes, but isn't 15 minutes 900 seconds? I don't know. Don't quote me on anything really. But anyways, oh, it only fires 4? Is that so? Why? Well, anyways, let's not ponder too much on that. Rate of fire is really quick here. Shell speed 123 meters per second. Okay. So if we just fire into this target here. Boom. Yeah, look at that. Oh, bam! Nasty. Right. So I think that's pretty cool. I think that's pretty cool indeed. This must be used as a pretty low range. 1,000 meters is probably a max. Yeah, I like this railgun. I feel we severely need some type of barrel for this. It is I don't know if we should we have a 3-meter barrel like this? No, it looks stupid. Let's have a 2-meter barrel. So we can sink it down like 2 meters into the ground like this. We could possibly also make it carry its own electricity here a little bit, in case, you know, it doesn't hurt. Turret is expensive anyway, so it might as well carry its own electricity, right? I think so. In front of here, yeah, okay. Alright, so I spent some time polishing this thing. I think it looks a-okay now. With some decos. I even made a little spin a bit here because I thought that made cool. Anyways, we now have a turret. Isn't that beautiful? Oh right, it still hasn't reloaded during the build time. It's still... How many seconds is there left to the next reload? Well, just 176 seconds. Well, now you know how long it took for me to fix this. Or build this. I don't know. I just wanted to make a pretty simple blocky type modern design. I think I'm gonna call this a railgun burst howitzer. And as you can see, I made it in a similar style because I want it to be the same manufacturer. It's gonna be the Delta Corp Type 7 500mm rail howitzer. Maybe it's gonna be Rail burst howitzer. Yes. And diff APS in there as well. Isn't that beautiful? For 2,344 materials, you can get this beautiful little beast. Isn't that very neat? Well, I think we should indeed try them out. Let's set this to the lowest. It's not really built to test tiny cannons like this. Yeah, I guess we'll have to put them on 2 blocks. Something like that, or just in air, that works too. And if we do assign this to everything, we just reload all. And we test these. Now, it's the same gun, but you know. Holy. Oh, right. It's that thing. I set the angle to the barrel to a nice thing. So we'll need to zero in on that. Repair all. And just fire. Isn't that pretty cool? Look at that. Ooh, wow. It's really messing up the interiors here. Looks like they're not penetrating very well, are they? Yeah, maybe not. Maybe we want a hash head. And then we got the shaped charge secondary. Mixed bag. Alright. Reload all. Beautiful. Now I clicked some random buttons. Shoot at this. Well, this armor is pretty well set up against something like this. This is my heavy duty armor. Right, this should be absolutely shredded. Let's try this out in slow motion. So you can see them coming there. Look at this. Isn't this pretty cool? 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, did I miss the shoot one? No, it's coming there, the 5th one. Okay, good. And here we have hash and heat. This is also set up against hash and heat, but it's so cheap, this armor. It can't withstand something like this. Okay, I think that's enough testing the new Railgun stuff for today. I'm gonna sit here and sip on my pink drink. Yeah, that sounds weird. If you want to support this channel, like our beautiful commissioned officers in the army of GMODISM, or our ecclesiarchy, that's YouTube members, or even the government of GMODISM, which I'm going to finish up and present to you a little bit later, even though you can join already. Thanks a lot for supporting us every month. And if you enjoyed this video, I'm glad you're watching it to the end. Big thanks to you as well. If you would remember to like the video, that is very thanks. And I'll see you next time. This is your host, Eric, and we're signing out.